I wanted to try things a little bit differently today. So we're going to talk about Stefano Marchetti and how he has to deal with the Thomas siblings and how they could potentially bring down his whole empire. And does he feel a certain way about Marvin and his sister Raquel Thomas? When it comes to everything that Stefano has in the mob, it's getting real ugly. The reason I say that is because Marvin has some things going on behind the scenes. Rock has some things going on behind the scenes, and everything that they have going on, they go back to each other and they communicate, but they're both potentially about to bring down Stefano and his whole mob. Before we jump into this, if you like power content, breakdowns like this, hit your subscribe button, hit your notification bell, hit that like button. Thanks for watching. Stefano's connection with Rock is a and I mean very financial gain type situation. She's about to be moving the most dope within the city. Unique doesn't have any product because they took out Quan. She hooked it up with the Afghanis, and now we got the dope and we're about to flood the streets. The issue is, how much can he really trust Rock when we know that she has to get out of jail free card? Now, on the other hand, you got Marvin's situation. And Marvin's situation is very ugly because Rock has explained that the feds have seen her with Stefano, seen Marvin with Stefano. But then when you start to look at Marvin's situation, he has the bodies that he's catching. He has the made man that has been taken out by Early Tyler. He done took out Early Tyler's cousin Londell. So we're going to go into both of these characters and we're going to see how this could bring Stefano down. And also, it seems to appear that Stefano may know that Marvin has done something terribly wrong, which was taking out a made man. Now, he's been hinting at these concrete boots, they are one size fit all. But if this made man gets tied back to Stefano, it's going to go all downhill because everyone is after him. And we could also throw in the situation Unique has across the border with Phil Russo and him trying to link up with Snaps and Pops to try to squash both of the beefs. Rock and Marvin have been talking and they're talking about cleaning up everything that Marvin has going on. She's instructed Marvin to take out Lundell and his cousin Early Tyler because Lundell is actually a loudmouth and that's how he went to jail. Now, Marvin made a mistake by not taking out Early Tyler, but we know he couldn't take out Early Tyler. The reason for that is because he already took out a bookie for Stefano. And if he took out Early Tyler, who was put in place to replace the bookie that Marvin took out, that means Stefano wouldn't be making no money on that end. But now that we know that the made man was killed by Early Tyler and his cousin Londell, that's why Rock told him to get rid of both of them. Early Tyler is still living. This is going to be a big problem. Now, Rock does have a get out of jail free card, and she doesn't want Marvin to mess up what she has put in place, and that's the new drugs from Afghanistan. But Marvin not doing this means Early Tyler can do some talking. I said that we might throw in Unique because he can go to Unique and say, hey, man, Marvin is tripping. We know that Unique could use that to try to tell Stefano that, hey, look, it was Marvin that did this. You need to squash that beef with Phil Russo and we can come together. But see, the thing is, Rock wants to protect her brother and she has a get out of jail free card. So for her, she's thinking if Marvin would just take out both of them, everything would be A-OK to go. But that's where she's wrong because everything will lead back directly to Stefano and that will cause a whole war between all of the families in New York. Rock has been working hard behind the scenes and the deal that she put together, it sounds like a very good deal. Now, it's better than what Quan was offering with that 20%. So that's why she had Marvin go and take Quan out, basically to just get back at him because of everything that she's been going through. Now, Stefano has told Marvin that he should be replacing Rock because Rock is moving off emotion. Now, in the trailer, we hear Stefano telling Rock, hey, look, your brother Marvin, he came to talk to me about replacing you. Now, the reason I believe that Stefano is doing that is because he knows that Marvin may have had something to do with that made man. He likes Marvin because Marvin will handle business. Marvin will go catch bodies, no questions asked. But the thing is, when Marvin moves, as Rock has been noticing, you can't depend on Marvin to do exactly what you're asking. So if Stefano can divide Rock and Marvin, then she can have them go at each other because he's trying to protect himself from the other 5 families so they won't know that he has something to do with the death of a made man. So right now, Rock needs Marvin to get on the same page. With Stefano feeling a certain type of way about Marvin and potentially knowing that he messed up, he's trying to cover his tracks. Now, the thing about Marvin is he's not thinking any further than what you're telling him. And what I mean by that, there's never a plan. Marvin never has anything in order that he can actually do that he can succeed at. It's always on the fly. And then we looked at him bringing in early Tyler, which we already knew was going to be a mistake. I mean, just look at early Tyler. We never trusted him. And now a made man is taken out all because of Marvin. Early Tyler did say it was Marvin's order, and it really was. So there's no excuse for that. And Stefano told us, and we heard the foreshadowing, Marvin, you're in charge of early Tyler. So taking out Lundell could easily spook early Tyler and have him either go straight to Stefano and give him information about what happened, or go to Unique, which is brokering his own deal behind the scene to get Jersey and New York to link up. So unfortunately, it looks like Marvin is the odd man out. Now, remember, Rock does have a get out of jail free card. In this right here, she could easily tell on Stefano and bring down the whole operation in order to save her brother, because we seen what she told Howard, and in the trailer, we hear Rock say, I don't know what you do about your family, but I'm sticking with mine. So regardless to what Marvin does, how Marvin messes up, what Marvin gets wrong, it doesn't matter. Rock is going to be there, and she's going to stand up to Stefano the same way that Marvin did. So I don't think that the Thomas siblings are going to back down from Stefano, because they're always going to stick up for each other. But you still have to ask the question, at what point does Stefano look at the Thomas siblings as, I can get rid of both of them? Because he has to connect. He already caught enough bodies with Marvin. You can get rid of Marvin, put your people back on the hits. You can get rid of Rock, and you can just find somebody else that moves dopes through the street. Or if Unique's deal sounds good, go with him. All right, let me know what you think about Stefano when it comes to the Thomas siblings. Is there any trust between them two? Does he feel like he knows that Marvin may have messed up something and just isn't saying anything? They do have a good relationship because he's catching bodies. But what we seen in episode 9 trailer is trying to divide Rock with Marvin. And we already seen it where he told Marvin to take over for Rock. Also, let me know, do you like this format where I just jump straight into it and I give my opinion about this character and what could potentially come from him dealing with other characters? Let me know what you think. I'm J. If you like this kind of content, power breakdowns, theories, and predictions, then hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, help your boy get to 75,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching. I'm out.